Hey guys, real quick update because I forgot about something when I was going through the creating of the kingdom. I forgot about something important for what's it? I was looking over some stuff, preparing my down the barrel video for what's his name there, Lander, the new guy. When I remembered, oh shit, I had chosen part of my down the barrel forever ago for Leon. I had chosen feats to make him an incredible commander, and part of that was actually the feats he has, inspirational commander, which is you and any army you command gets a +2 morale on morale checks, which made me think, oh my god, I have to add a morale modifier to the little chart that I made. Additionally, gain 2 additional boons of your choice. This is huge, because before we were thinking, oh, he only gets 2 boons, let's give him a third one for free. Well, he has 4 already, so giving him another boon kind of is not as exciting. So I had to switch some stuff up. So first of all, I expanded our little kingdom tracker over here to include the party as well, and to include Vatgu. Vatgu, I think when Josh played him, was level 2. I have him as level 3 now, that's fine. So his second level spells, yay, which kind of plays into what makes sense for him. So have the party in there. Unless when Neil's done leveling up, he adds more ranks in Professional Soldier. This is where things are currently going to sit. So 1 Rayrin Valorant, level 5 now. Charisma modifiers for them. Professional Soldier for them, which brings them to those leadership scores 4, 5, and 9, which makes sense. Valorant would be the most leader-like of them, right? And then the morale bonuses. 1 actually hurts morale. Rayrin gives a bonus of 0 to morale. He can increase that by increasing his Professional Soldier. And Valorant gives a +4 to morale. That's amazing. The number of boons goes up to 1 each. Their boons known is going to be decided this upcoming Wednesday, so we don't know what those are yet, so those aren't in there yet. And then we added Vatgu in there, level 3, -1 Charisma modifier, Professional Soldier 0. It's not really a skill in 5e, so I just said it's a 0. He's not really he's more of like a warrior, less of a soldier. I don't know, I felt as though maybe it makes sense to have him have a few ranks in there. Maybe. I just didn't. As it sits right now, I think I'm kind of happy with where it is. Leadership score is only a 2, which kind of makes sense. He's not very leader-y. Though if he increases his Professional Soldier, I think that affects his leadership score by a smidge. So his morale's up -1, which actually kind of makes sense. And his boon's only 1, which again kind of makes sense. So coming down here to what Leon, and then giving Vatku what he has here, he actually has the triage ability. Triage is more or less the ability to like heal, rather like the attack takes a hard penalty, but he's able to heal the party by a little bit, which is nice. Because it makes sense. He's a cleric. He has healing abilities and so on and so forth. He's a war cleric. And also, where am I? Also, Find Traps is literally a spell he gets as of level 3. So I like the idea of his upgrade boon, because he gets a bit of an upgrade. He's coming from being a PC, right? He's immune to the ambush tactics. So if you come over here and you look at tactics, there's something called ambush. More or less, he's just be immune to the ambush effect. So yay, you know what I mean? Just because they can kind of detect traps before they happen. Again, makes sense for a character who, when he was level 2, had a passive perception of 15. You know what I mean? So it's pretty high bonus perception. If he was built in Pathfinder, it'd be a much higher bonus, right? And again, find traps and whatnot is something that they would definitely use. So I like that as a cool little boon for any army he leads. He's not particularly tough. Now that affects Leon. Adding the morale modifiers, you can see them here. Leon, we already said level 3 Charisma modifier, Professional Soldier 6 gets to a 6 leadership score, which is crazy awesome. Because leadership isn't affected by Professional Soldier, I don't think. Let's just double check that. Yep. That's to the morale check. Just double checking up here. Commander. Yep. Okay, yep. So nothing like there. That's not affected by his Professional Soldier. So, but that does affect his boons. So that gets him. So his morale bonus is actually 3 from Charisma, 1 from Professional Soldier being 5 or higher. So he gets it to 4. 2 for this feat right here. So +6 to his morale bonuses. He's even 50% greater than Valorant. He's actually better than Valorant plus Rayrin plus 1 plus Arthur. You know, he's amazing at morale boost, which is really cool. It makes sense for somebody who's a general, right? And then boons, he gets 1 as everybody else does, but also 1 for Professional Soldier, which again makes sense. And then 2 more for, once again, Inspirational Commander. Gets 2 more. That gives him to 4 boons. So we gave him for 4 boons. We kept bonus tactics on there because none of the other boons really jumped out at me. Sharpshooter was nifty, but I can grab it later on. And Merciless just doesn't taste like him. So I gave him 3 bonus tactics, as we discussed before, in False Retreat and Expert Flankers, but I also gave him Sniper Support, which is something that the party had utilized in the past. This is kind of like hold back some reserves, and during the melee phase, if the melee phase does damage, you do 2 additional points of damage from the additional ranged attacks. It's just cool. It more or less just means, hey, 2 extra damage. I love it. It's awesome. You can't do that while using other things. It's only one tactic or the other, so it's either Expert Flanking or False Retreat or Sniper Support. So he'll use those as he needs to, and he gets to actually make a check to switch between them. It's a DC 15 morale check, and his morale bonus is a +6, so he actually has a 55% chance of succeeding at that, which is amazing. And that can only get better as he goes on. And the last ability, once again, we had Flexible Tactics on him beforehand. We left that on him. So Flexible Tactics actually allows him to a plus additional 5 to change tactics in combat. So instead of a DC 15 with a +6, it's actually a DC 15 with a +11. So I actually want to write down here for Flexible Tactics. This does affect what it's going to look like here. So that's a total of a +11. For the check, and that's important. That's important to note because that means he just has to roll 4 or higher. It's very likely he will always succeed in his ability to switch between like flanking to sniper support. So people like retreating, like so some of the flankers kind of like rush in while a few more of them hang back with bows and false retreats and stuff like that. And he'll be able to kind of like switch between those pretty easily, which is awesome. As for his upgrade boon, because of the fact that he's very defensive minded, he cares about his soldiers, the survivability of his crew, I just gave him a +1 defense value against all attacks. I just like the idea of a flat +1 defense for him. I thought that was pretty nifty. So I just went with that. It kind of like reduces the penalty of doing things like expert flankers and stuff like that. And just kind of gives him an overall bonus. So +1 DV for him on that thing. It really makes him feel like a badass. It really does. Soldiers won't run away. You're definitely going to want Leon in charge of your biggest party. Assuming they can amass an army of at least 500 as like their primary force. Let's assume they can actually get something like that. Though very likely they're going to kind of break their biggest force. It's going to be hopefully more than 500, and they can break it into subdivisions and see who controls each subdivision. You want him controlling an army of at least 500. You know what I mean? With a CR the individual plus first, it's actually going to be CR3. It's going to be the base of them. You know what I mean? And that's going to kind of like help them a ton. Okay, anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there as an upgrade that I did. And of course, I did come over to Kingmaker. And I did upgrade this, so we do have it available for the party to look at as needed. It's just not visible for them as of right now. But we do have it available for the party to look at as needed. We'll just upgrade this one last time when the party actually chooses their boons that they particularly know. All right. Last thing I got to do to make sure that they don't see this too soon is under War Details here, we're going to change this to Hide Sheet. And they won't be able to see it until we come up here to use View. And press, hidden sheets, and I click that, and it'll show the hidden sheet, so it's all visible to them. Alrighty. Well, that's everything. That's what I wanted to go over. Sorry about that. Sorry, I know the other video was super long, and now I just added more onto it, but it's super important that the party feels like they're getting their correct stats walking into this. Because even if they only break down into 2 or 3 armies, they need to make sure they know who's controlling those 2 or 3 armies. If they wanted to leave it to Leon to handle everything, then that's perfectly fine. They're welcome to do that. It's just they need to know what their options are. Okay, again, thank you guys so much for hanging out, for watching, and everything. I appreciate it truly, deeply. I'll leave you alone. Goodbye.